Hello, everyone. It's been so long since I've done a video. I was moving over the summer, as many of you know, from Tokyo to Belgium and home for the summer in Austin. And it was very difficult to find time to do a video. But I've been wanting to do one, and I'm so happy to be back with you today to share some thoughts and some ideas for something that you can use in your daily, globally mobile life to tune in and check in during those times when you're feeling overwhelmed. So there's really, in the whole range of mindfulness practices, there are so many different things that you can do to feel more connected and more in tune in your daily life. But one of the things that I like to remind people is that if you don't have time to sit in silent meditation, or for some reason it just is very difficult for you, that doesn't mean you have to abandon the practices of mindfulness altogether. And in fact, in my work, I love teaching people practical, accessible things they can use every day, even if for some reason they're really new to the practice of meditation and it's not feeling like the greatest fit for them yet. That doesn't mean they have to throw the baby out with the bathwater, as it were, and decide that mindfulness practice isn't a good fit for them. So I wanted to share with you today 3 specific, very short practices that you can use in conjunction together when you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed out in your expat life. So the first thing that you can do is to notice. Now that sounds really simple. And really it is, but it does take commitment, it takes a decision and the intention to practice it, and it takes actually doing it. So let's set the scenario. Let's say you're at the airport, you're rushing for your flight, you have your children, many bags, perhaps your pet, and you're also moving to a new country, or you're leaving family that you've been visiting in your home country, and you feel all of these emotions coming up and all of these physical sensations. The first thing that you can do is simply create the space to notice. And this can happen in as little as 1 breath or 5 seconds. Simply creating the space to pause and to open up the moment to feel whatever it is that's coming your way. So the first thing you do is you pause and you notice. You set the stage to notice. Then the second thing you do is you name what you're noticing. So you could name your emotions: frustration, annoyance, sadness, anger, regret, love. Maybe you're excited. There's so many emotions that could be coming up in that moment. So you name those emotions. And they may be complicated or complex. Maybe you're feeling a few different ones at once. You can also name your physical sensations. So noticing tightness or butterflies, nausea, headache, and you simply name these things. So you set the stage to notice, and then you name, and you just name them in your head. So you might be standing there and you might name in your head frustration, anger, impatience, worry. And that just took a few seconds. But as you begin to name them, then your mind is making that connection of, oh, this is something that's happening. So instead of pushing them away or pushing them down or covering them up by rushing around, you pause and notice, and then you name. And then the third thing you do is you observe. So you watch what happens when you decide to take a deep breath, or wait a little bit before you say something. Maybe it's something as simple as taking a drink of water or going for a little walk down in the airport. And when you do that, when you pause, you notice, you name, and then you observe what happens with that emotion, that physical sensation, those thoughts, whatever's coming up. When you observe what happens when you shift your behavior, or make a clear choice to not say something, or to say something, or not do something, or do something, you're teaching yourself that you have solutions and tools to deal with the challenges that come up in these really difficult, stressful situations. Now, the upside of this process of notice, name, observe is that you can do it anywhere at any time with just a few seconds. And just like with any other muscle, because your brain is a muscle, just like doing a few sit-ups or a few push-ups or starting with running, a kilometer and then adding a little bit as you go, your brain gets better at that. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. So even if, for example, you would like to start a meditation practice, but it just has eluded you and you've never been able to do it, you can start now with some of these simple practices in your daily life. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you tried these? What's worked? What hasn't worked? And I'll also put in the comments section a link to my Essential Practices for Life Between Worlds online mindfulness course for expats. That course is a completely online, self-paced course that teaches you the mindfulness practices of the personal leadership model. And you can do that course in your own time, wherever you are in the world. And enrollment is from now, it's already started, September 15th until September 30th. So thank you so much, and let me know what you think in the comments.